Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, April 25th, and today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY, CONY, NVDY, and MSTY as of yesterday, the 24th. So what do I have up here? Well, yesterday in one of my in the daily video, which I do daily, obviously, I actually mentioned in the middle of the video, if you could hit the like button. Usually I wait to the end when most people have turned it off by then. And it actually did, it worked. I got 377 likes on yesterday's video. And the day before that, I got 257. The Monday recap, I got 231. So, again, I hate to do this, but because I'm not one of those annoying people that are going to do it. I'm not going to do it often, but I'm just going to do it right now. So obviously, if you guys like my content, it would be very helpful if you could hit the like button. Looking at these numbers, we could definitely hit 400 today, and I will share that if we do on tomorrow's video. I like some competitive nature, competing against my own videos. So if you guys can all do me a favor, if you watch my videos daily, just take a little break, go hit the like button before we move on. And, obviously it's greatly appreciated. So like I said, let's break the 400 barrier and then we'll go from there. All right. Sorry for the annoyance of the like button, but let's move on. I wanted to show you, actually, Meta had earnings after hours. They beat the earnings, but I guess the guidance wasn't good enough for the market. So Phoebe is 11% down, almost 12% down pre-market. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Phoebe is one I did add to my portfolio. So this is like a good opportunity for me to add more. So I don't know what you guys think about this, but these are the chances that, you can get into funds for cheap and again, help your cost basis. And then eventually, have some capital gains, because in most cases, when you see a dip this massive on a company like Meta, it's more than likely going to recover shortly after. But who knows? Time will tell. But one thing I will be doing, at least I will try to do if I have time today, because today's an office day and it's bring your kid to work day. So wish me luck on that. But either way, yeah, I'm definitely going to look at the Phoebe today, because this is well below what, my cost basis. All right, so let's close out of that and let's go to the trades. So, I'm sorry, before we go to the trades, as always, I'm sharing my daily trades. So yesterday, NVDY dipped around 2 to 3% again. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I bought 10 more shares of NVDY. And then QQQI also dipped. So I was like, okay, I'm buying that too. Also, I had a Tesla TSLL put, which is a 2x leverage fund of Tesla. Since Tesla went up massive yesterday, it only cost me 2 cents to close, 2 cents per share. I made about 40 cents per share. So obviously this was, nothing, overall $2 to close. So, I figured why not? Because you don't know what's going to happen, because we have 2 more trading days. So I figured, all right, let me pay the 2 cents and I'll move on. I'll get my $550 back into my account and I could do what I want with it, which obviously I bought QQQI. Now TSLL, I also sold a call. I sold a call with an expiration date of May 31st. And I chose a strike price of $8, which is above my cost basis. So, and I made $40. It shows $39.34 because, of course, TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim, Charles Schwab, whatever you want to call them, they take a piece, which, whatever. I know it sucks. But and some brokerages don't, which, I guess it does add up, but like I said, whatever. So we'll just call it $40. I made $40 selling the call. So I have I think three more calls, 3 more contracts left I could play with on TSLL. But either way, the wheel is working. If TSLL can go up a little more, it'll be greatly appreciated and I'll be on my way. Anyway, so who had trades yesterday? Coin had CONY had trades, and so did MSTY. So it was a crypto party yesterday. So we'll start with the crypto gang first. All right, so start with CONY. Let's go to the spreadsheet. So they added, there was 3 transactions. I know I skipped through it, but basically they added to the synthetic and then did a weekly call. So they added 310 contracts to the synthetic. They got a massive credit for the put, and it cost much less to to buy the call. That would be because of where coin is priced below the strike price of the synthetic. Their synthetic expires May 17th. And again, right now they have plenty of time to recover, and also they have earnings leading up to that date. Someone made a comment yesterday, if you could just only talk about the synthetics when we get to a week before. I think that makes sense. Or overall, I'm just going to keep it more brief on the synthetics. That's what I'll do. Because why kill time on something that's kind of irrelevant at the very moment? All right, let's go to the April tab. Again, it's always a work in progress, guys, and I do take your feedback and read it, and put it all together. So coin went down by 5.09%, and CONY went down by 2.53%. Obviously, it kind of just ruined, well, at least for coin, it took all those gains from the day before. But CONY didn't go down as much, which is good. Like I said, they added 310 contracts for a weekly call. This time they chose an expiration date of May 3rd, which is next week. So this is actually for 7 trading days. So for 7 trading days, what did they choose? They chose a 255 strike. That's 13.65% out of the money. It's not bad, okay? But what's the problem? I'll tell you what the problem is. Let's go back here. Earnings, 5.2. Expiration date, 5.3. Again, assuming earnings didn't change. The last time I checked, it was 5.2. So is 13% out of the money on a crypto-based stock enough? Is that enough? Is that far enough out of the money? Probably not, because they killed it last earnings. So they may kill it again. They may get killed. Again, you don't know. But I don't know. I don't know about that one, to be honest. But let me know what you guys think. All right, let's see how the other ones are doing, though. We have all right, let's squeeze this in, like I said. Yeah, we have the 300 contracts with a 255 strike. That's 13% out of the money. That's the highest strike price. I'm going high to low. And then we have 10,000 contracts. This is the largest position. 235 strike. That's 4% out of the money. And then we have 7,690 contracts. 232.50 strike. That's 3% out of the money. So I don't know if you guys remember yesterday's video, but we were saying coin, chill out, coin, go down. So the coin gods have listened, and CONY is looking good right now. Big change from the day before. Outstanding shares went up 225,000 additional outstanding shares. That's an increase of 1.33%. All right, so what's the summary? The summary is, well, the 30-day IV is 93%. That's not bad. Outstanding shares, 17,125,000. Income from the weekly calls alone, 22 million. That's a distribution of $1.29 per share, a daily income of 8 cents per share, a daily yield of 0.33%. And if you annualize that, that's 121%. Okay, the reaction is much better. He's winking. The CONY fund manager is winking at the coin gods, for looking out for him, because he wants to win the weekly calls. He does. Because next week's going to get crazy. So hopefully he can close out this week with a nice win and then go way out of the money for earnings. All right, payment details. Let's see what we got here. For the month of April, we got synthetic income, 19.8 million, short call income, 22 million, total net income, 41.8 million. So what does that calculate to be? $2.45 per share. Short call income of $1.29 per share. So that's good. But you know that. All right. again, I'm not going to talk about the synthetic. Way too early. Oh wait, I didn't highlight the new call in blue. So what I do is I highlight the calls in blue. Not blue, turquoise, or whatever you want to call this. And then I put the other call for the synthetic in orange, okay? And then at the top, the put is in pink. So anyway, these weekly calls, 3 on the top expire in 2 trading days. So right now, like I said, they're looking pretty good, but let's look at the net asset value of the fund, 415.2 million. That's a NAV of 24.25 and a trade price of 24.23. So again, CONY's still killing it. All right, so what are we looking at? We are going to look at the pre-market. What time is it? It's just about 5 a.m. So I'm getting kind of a late start today. But as of 5 a.m., coin is down 0.45%. It's at 223.22. And that's okay. You know, another down day is good for these strikes. These strikes are pretty close. So again, if we have a down day today, an update tomorrow, then we're still okay. Because look how close we are, right? We're you know, the lowest one is 3% out of the money. That is still pretty close. So they can afford another down day. I think that would be pretty good. All right, so MSTY also had a trade. So if we go to the screen print, which again, it's the 3 transactions. I'm not going to get into that. So we'll just go right to the spreadsheet. So if we go to the synthetic 1150, they added 31 contracts. Now the call costs more than the put. So yes, you can imagine MSTR is priced above the strike of the synthetic, as it is 1265 versus the 1150. And again, this one also expires May 17th. And prior to that, we will have earnings on April. What is today? April 20. Yeah. Okay, yeah, April 29th. When the hell is that? I guess, I don't know what day that is, but I guess both have earnings next week. I need a calendar for next time. But either way, it's coming up. It's coming up before the next expiration. Got to keep that in mind. Again, some of these change the earnings dates. I know Tesla, I think, did that on me, but hopefully these guys don't. But this synthetic is looking good. So no worries about the synthetic for sure. All right, how did MSTR do yesterday? Well, you saw coin go down, so of course, MSTR went down as well, 5.45%, and MSTY only went down by 3.46%, with a strong value of 32.08 still. Gotta love it. All right, so those 31 contracts that they played around with, they chose a 1430 strike. They also chose an expiration date through earnings that expires on May 3rd. And that's 12.98% out of the money. So again, some may consider this too tight through earnings, but who knows? MSTR as a company, are they that great? Or are they just relevant because their balance sheet is Bitcoin? I don't know. But let's look how the other calls are doing here. All right, what do we got? We got, I'm going to shrink it a little more. There we go. We got 4 contracts, 1,400 strike, that's 10% out of the money. 660 contracts with a 1395 strike, that's 10% out of the money. 45 contracts with a 1435 strike, that's 13% out of the money. And then obviously they just opened the 31 contracts with a 1430 strike, but that's into next week with 12.98% out of the money. But look at that yield, 3.56%. That's the yield. You know, maybe something I could add. I know I have two more columns that I could add. Something, I don't know if it would interest you. You could see, like, I could produce the daily yield. I could automate that. I don't know if that's something that would interest you guys. But if it is, let me know. And I could add the daily yield and the annualized yield. And then that's the 2 columns, essentially. So that way you can see how much, like, each trade actually is producing. Just a thought. All right. I know someone asked me, I'll just respond. Someone asked me if I could put, like, the estimate, how much they, add up, how much they expect to get. It's not, it wouldn't be an automated thing, so I apologize. I just cannot do that. All right, outstanding shares are now 3 million even, 3 million flat. Look at that. This fund has come a long way from the beginning, and we covered this from day one. All right, so that's a 50,000% increase or a 1.69% increase. All right, so what is the summary of the weekly calls? Well, first off, they have a 30-day IV of 118%. I expect this to grow and, get higher and higher through earnings. Outstanding shares, 3 million as we spoke. Weekly call income, 6.9 million. Distribution from that, $2.33 per share. Daily income, 15 cents per share. That's a daily yield of 0.45%. And if you annualize that, that's 165%. Reaction, the money guy is here. He is here. I know that other synthetic killed us, but we are back to making money. So we moved past that. We're moving on, and we're back to making money. So let's make money. All right, so payment details. Again, let's not even look at that synthetic. I won't even mention it today. Short call income, 6.9 million. All right, so if you just take the short call income, that's 233 per share. Again, we still have time. I may probably going to add a countdown along in the reaction tab just to see how many actual days before the declaration date. That would help me too, because again, I'm just like thinking, I have no calendar in front of me. I have my stupid watch and I don't even know what the declaration date is. So I'm going to have to add that probably to the reaction tab. I keep saying this and it's just no time, probably like a weekend thing. But anyway, so that's the update per share. If we go to the holdings, what are we looking at? Well, again, I'm not going to talk about this synthetic that expires May 17th. And the bottom column blue, that expires May 3rd through earnings. But the other three, they're okay, right? They're sitting pretty right now. But again, we talked about how far out of the money they are. They're double digits out of the money. So that's pretty secure. However, you still want MSTR to calm down just a little. It can go up today, just a little. It's probably, I don't know. We'll check the pre-market in a second, but it's, again, you want to win the weekly calls. We're winning the synthetic, okay? We are winning the synthetic, so that's good. Earnings can change everything, though. That's the problem. So that being said, let's check the pre-market. It's going to be a little after 5 a.m., obviously. This is an update as of 5:05 a.m. MSTR is down by 0.85%. It's at $1,254.89. Okay? So that was the update on MSTY. Let's go to NVDY. Sorry, TSLY guys, but you're last today. NVDY. So obviously, yes, no change on the synthetic, so I'm not going to harp on that, but the synthetic holds 5,065 shares, and right now, NVIDIA, their price is well below the synthetic strike price. But again, that expires May 17th, so they have time to recover. I'm not sure if it's enough time. I don't even have, oh, there it is, May 22nd. All right, so their earnings falls after the synthetic expiration date, so that may or may not be a good thing. All right, if we go to the April tab, let's see what's up here. Well, NVIDIA went down yesterday. NVIDIA went down by 3.33%. NVIDIA went down by 2.59%, okay? So again, these YieldMax ETFs, if you guys are new to the channel in general or new to these funds, when the underlying goes down, the YieldMax fund does not go down as much. Why? Because they have calls. They sell calls. That's a bearish play. So, the value of their calls is actually more, it's better for them. So as the underlying goes down, it costs them less to close out the position because they cash settle their calls. When they sell a weekly call, they get a credit. That goes to cash right away. But they eventually have to close out those positions. And it may cost them a penny, it may cost them 5 cents, or it may cost them a lot. So obviously if the underlying keeps going down, it's going to cost them less and less. So that's why the NAV of the, the ETF is not going down as much. It's pushed up a little every time the underlying goes down. Hopefully that makes sense. Again, sorry for the U-turn there, but I just want to make sure everyone understands why that is, the way it looks. All right, so what do we got pending? Again, no trades. So if I zoom out here, we can look, see what's going on. Percent out of the money, can we shrink that a little? Yeah, a little bit. Again, work in progress, squeezing this in one page. But what do we got? Let's go to lowest strike price. So the lowest strike price they have is 810. This, they have 95 contracts, and it's 1% out of the money, 1.66% out of the money. Better than yesterday, though. They were in trouble yesterday. The next lowest strike price is $840, so that's a pretty decent jump. That's the biggest position, though. That's 4,850 contracts, and that's 5.43% out of the money. The other position is 120 contracts with an 850 strike, and that's 6.68% of the money. So needless to say, NVDY, with 2 trading days, it's going to be interesting. So this is why they kind of have like a black eye. They got punched in the face, but then they're doing good. They're gaining, happy, they're getting happy again because they look like they could win their trades. Wasn't looking that way. All right, let's go to the payment information. They have synthetic income of 5.5 million. This is for April. Short call income of 12.2 million. That's a net income of 17.8 million. If you look at total income per share, it's $1.06. Short call income per share, that's 73 cents. Okay, outstanding holdings. Again, their synthetic expires May 17th. They have 3 trades, all expire in 2 trading days. Again, it's going to be tight, but we shall see. The net asset value of NVDY is 409.8 million. The NAV is 24.40, and the trade price is 24.46. So, what about the pre-market? Yep. Someone said they like hearing the birds. I guess that's what they were talking. I didn't know what the hell they were talking about, but I guess you guys can hear the birds from the outside. All right, so maybe that's the beauty about being in the garage. So you're welcome. All right, so NVIDIA is up. It's 5:12 a.m. update. They're up 0.16% to 700. Oh, they went down again. They're only up 0.1%, $797. So last but not least, the first fund, well, I guess them and OARC were the first funds ever. TSLY, the worst, the worst performing fund, but still the favorite fund. Why? Because the underlying, people love Tesla. Tesla will always be volatile. And people just love it. They love Tesla cars. They love Elon Musk. So, of course, they're going to buy TSLY. And yesterday was a wonderful day for TSLY shareholders. So, I am not a TSLY shareholder anymore, but I am just very, very happy for you guys that hold it. This is long overdue. You needed a day like that, okay? You did. And it's been rough. So, congratulations for your green day. Believe me, I was very happy as well because I have TSLY. So I'm with you guys. But mine's 2x leverage, so mine went up twice of what Tesla went up. So that was a really good day. Anyway, let's move on. So their synthetic position, they have 2 of them. They have a 175 and they have a 170. They went up to 162, so obviously they're not quite up to the 175. Again, the 175 holds 30,325 contracts, and the 170 holds 10,790 contracts. But, they have time. Again, those expire May 17th. All right, let's go to the April tab. So how much did it actually go up? Look at that. Look at that. What a beautiful day yesterday. Tesla went up to 162.13. Where was it at in the beginning of the month, though? The beginning of the month, the first date, on March 26th, it was at 177. So we're not quite where we want to be, especially from where we are in the beginning of the month. But that was a really good day. It went up 12%. And look at TSLY. This is the beauty of selling covered calls way out of the money. And I know it wasn't because they wanted to. It was actually, some of it was by mistake. And again, we could check what the original out of the money was to see. But either way, TSLY captured 11.61% of the upside. TSLY jumped from $13.18 to $14.71. Very, very impressive. Again, they had no trades yesterday, so let's just see. So when they opened these positions, they have 3 different contracts. They chose 10% out of the money and 12% out of the money. So how are they able to capture all that upside? Well, it's because they went way out of the money, and then Tesla went down even further. So it gave them an opportunity to capture basically, we can call this basically the entire upside. All right, now, what's the problem? Well, the problem is we haven't been able to say this for a while in TSLY, we are actually in danger. Our weekly calls are in danger. It has been a long time since we had to say that on TSLY. So let's enjoy it, right? So what's it looking like? Well, their lowest strike price is 162.50. That's 0.23% out of the money. So we I don't even want to say it, but to win that, you need Tesla to not move for the rest of the week with 2 trading days. So that's 20,555 contracts. Now the other half, which is split up into 2 different contracts, 10,790 and 9,770, they both have a 175 strike. That is still 7.94% out of the money. So realistically, TSLA, Tesla can go up, and we could lose a little on the 162.50 and then capture a lot of the upside on the 175. So there's a couple ways to look at it. But in the end, you want the net profit between all 3 of these contracts to be in a positive. That is the goal, to make money. Again, I think the best case scenario is to be below 162.50, but it's hard to say that because Tesla's been such in a crapper, and you don't want to stop this train. But Tesla's right at 162.13 at the moment. So we'll see what today brings, though. All right. So outstanding shares. Look at this. What is happening here? It's now back to 45,275,000. So, 300,000 addition, 300,000 gone. Are people making day trades on TSLY? I don't know. Unless I plugged in the wrong number. All right, so here's the summary. Here's the recap for the weekly trades. 30-day IV, 47%. So as mentioned, it dropped down because earnings is over. We now have a break for another quarter. By the way, yes, earnings were bad. They did not meet what they said, but I think they said they're not a car company, and maybe that's what got people going, or maybe the robot coming out by the end of the year, which I don't believe that, but who knows. All right, outstanding shares we said is 45,275,000. The weekly income, 24.5 million. Distribution, 54 cents a share. Daily income, 3 cents a share. Daily yield, 0.23%. If you annualize that, that's 84%. Reaction, TSLY shareholders and TSLY fund manager, he's still kind of throwing a party. He can't help it. It's been a bloodbath, so give him a break. We'll give him a pass, all right? We'll leave him alone. All right, so synthetic income, what do we got? We got 545,000. Okay, we'll take it. Short call income, 24.5 million. That's a total net income of 25 million. All right, total income per share, 55 cents. Short call income per share, most of it, 54 cents. So nothing outstanding. We're not going to get a massive payment or anything, but we're winning, so that's good. All right, again, I'm not going to talk about the synthetics because they expire on May 17th, but we have the 2 calls that expire in 2 trading days. So far, so good. Again, it's getting a little close on the one, but you could see, obviously, it costs 19 cents to close the 175 because we're well below that, right? But the 162.50, look at the cost on that. That's 264 a share to close. So you could see the importance. All right, look at this. The net asset value is 666.7 million. The NAV is 1473, and the trade price is 1471. So go get yourself a 2-cent discount. All right, so pre-market, that's the question, pre-market. What is it gonna be? What do we want it to be? That's the overall question. Oh my God, it's still green. Not by much though, so I'm sure it can flip. This is as of 5:20 a.m. It is up 0.26%, and it's at 162.55. So now it's up, 0.23%. Either way, whatever. We'll see how the day goes. I know, again, this video launches at 6:30, so my pre-market data is pretty useless to you guys. I understand that. So, but I have to talk about it, because in case there's any big, massive jumps. We saw the massive jump on Meta, which obviously I showed it through Phoebe. But it's, it's going to be a crazy day for them. Just like yesterday was a crazy day in a good way for TSLY. All right, so that's the update on the YieldMax funds. Roundhill. Roundhill had a couple payments. Sorry, I should have mentioned this in the beginning. But I updated. I got a little Roundhill spreadsheet going here. But if I go here, again, what is Roundhill? They do, they're a weekly payer. They do, they're a covered call ETF. They pay out weekly. That's basically all you need to know. Right now, there's 2 of them. I know I have YBTC on here, but don't worry about that for now. But they haven't really been performing that great. But either way, I've been tracking their payments and how they've been doing. So here's the summary of it. So their latest distribution was 33 cents for QDTE. That's an annualized yield of 38%. So it's much better than last week. But total return on QDTE, I'm showing 2.43%. Which, again, that's, negative 2.43%. So not that great. I'm not, maybe I'll do like a separate video on these once I have quite a few, maybe a month or 2 of data. XDTE, real quick, they announced their distribution. I think they announced it Monday or Tuesday, but they announced 0.37 cents, 37 cents, which is 37% annualized yield. These annualized numbers, they're really good, but again, total return so far, negative 1.79%. They got to make money. I haven't been following the daily trades, which, by the way, guys, there's a YouTube channel. It's called Reaching Riches. You might want to check him out. He does Roundhill data daily. I believe he still does daily, but he's like the Roundhill guy. You need Roundhill data, that's where you go. So go check his channel out, give him a sub, show him some love, all right? So anyway, that's the quick update on Roundhill. I just wanted to talk about that, briefly, just to see how they're doing. Overall, obviously, I don't have the actual data. You would go to Reaching Riches to look at the data. I just, I would love to cover everything, but I can't. But, don't worry, other people are doing so. But either way, that's the update on Roundhill. That's the update on YieldMax funds and all that jazz. And as always, guys, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. Obviously, I mentioned in the beginning to hit the like button. Hopefully, we hit the 400. So, guys, if you haven't already, again, that's all I ask. Hit the like button. I'm not asking for, to buy my e-guide or to buy a membership or Patreon or whatever you want to call it. Everything is free, right? All you have to do is suffer through the ads. So, if you watch the ads, great. If you skip it, whatever. I noticed now there's a next and a skip. So I don't know. I haven't seen any benefit from that. I don't know who that's benefiting. But either way, if you do like this content, please hit the like button. Another way to help the channel, if you're curious, is sharing it. Sharing it through word of mouth, sharing it through other social media platforms. Like if you have a big following on Twitter, go retweet me. Again, it goes a long way. I know you may not think so, but it may pick up one new follower, and that one new follower brings in other followers, or should I say subscribers. But that's how a channel like this grows, you know. I'm not pushing any promotions. I'm not doing any, you know, it's just a normal guy in a garage. Maybe the only YouTuber that does videos in a garage. So maybe I got that going for me. You know, at least you got the birds. You hear the birds. See? Who else has birds, all right? Anyway, if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it to me, again, for those of you that are new, I have a keyword process. I give you a keyword and you mention it in the comments, and I know who watches my videos to the end, all right? If you fast forward to the end, okay, that's okay too, I guess. But either way, the keyword for today is bring your kid to work day. I know, it's stupid, it's lame, but this is the first time I'm actually participating in it, and I don't know why. I'm probably gonna regret it, but who knows? But I figured it'd be, you know, it's a nice thing. My kid would definitely rather go to work with me than go to school, unfortunately. But I don't know, I guess he's just like me. But anyway, yeah, so that's the keyword for today. If you made it this far, again, it's greatly, greatly appreciated. You know, I have fun making these videos, even though I have to get up a little earlier. It is fun. It is, I know. I'm plugging the numbers in every day. It can get boring some days. It can get frustrating some days, but it is enjoyable. But again, as long as you guys are still watching, still hitting that like button, still commenting, still showing the love, then I'll be here. All right, I'm out of here. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Later.